Welcome back to the Celebrity Died News channel. Recently, we've received some heartbreaking news regarding the loss of remarkable talents. Today's episode is devoted to celebrating their memory. We'll also take a moment to recap the stars we've recently lost. Before we dive in, we'd greatly appreciate your support. If this video or the legacies of these extraordinary individuals have resonated with you, please consider giving it a thumbs up as a mark of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
David Soul passes away. Starsky and Hutch actor was 80. David Soul, renowned for his role as Detective Kenneth Hutch Hutchinson in the iconic 1970s TV series Starsky and Hutch, passed away on Thursday at the age of 80. Beyond his work on the series, he was also a talented singer and appeared in various other television shows and films. In a statement to the press, Soul's wife, Helen Snell, shared that he died after a courageous battle for life, surrounded by his loving family. She added, "He brought many extraordinary gifts to the world as an actor, singer, storyteller, creative artist, and cherished friend. His smile, laughter, and zest for life will be remembered by all whose lives he touched." Soul starred alongside Paul Michael Glaser in the ABC series, which aired from 1975 to 1979. The Buddy Cop show became a cultural touchstone, celebrated for the duo's friendly chemistry, the light-hearted action typical of 70s police dramas, and the memorable red 1976 Ford Gran Torino with its striking white stripe. Born on August 28, 1943 in Chicago, Soul began his career as a stage actor in the mid-60s, making his first appearances on The Merv Griffin Show and Star Trek. He caught the eye of Clint Eastwood, who cast him in Magnum Force, paving the way for Starsky and Hutch. The hugely popular series featured him and his partner tackling criminals weekly and garnered a global fan base. Soul also appeared in the film remake 2 decades ago and a reboot of the TV series, spearheaded by Guardians of the Galaxy. Writer-director James Gunn is currently in development. After Starsky and Hutch, which one watchdog group labeled the most violent show on TV at the time, Soul starred in the 1979 CBS miniseries Salem's Lot and the 1985 miniseries The Key to Rebecca, along with appearances in shows like NBC's Casablanca and The Yellow Rose. He enjoyed a successful music career as well, achieving a #1 hit on both sides of the Atlantic with Don't Give Up on Us in 1977, his only U.S. chart topper. He also had 4 hits in the UK, including the chart-topping Silver Lady. In his later years, Soul became a British citizen and took on roles in British detective series such as Poirot, Dalziel, and Pascoe, and Lewis. Just under 2 weeks ago, Soul shared a Christmas message on X/Twitter, extending well wishes to fans and humorously reflecting on the 50th anniversary of Eastwood's Magnum Force. Mickey Cottrell passes away, indie PR executive and actor. Was 79. Mickey Cottrell, a public relations executive known for his work in the indie film scene, as well as his roles as an actor and producer, passed away on New Year's Day at the Motion Picture and Television Fund in Woodland Hills. He was 79 years old. His sister, Susie Cottrell Smith, confirmed his passing to Deadline, sharing that he had been battling Parkinson's disease. Cottrell suffered a stroke in 2016, after which he lived with his sister in Arkansas, before returning to Los Angeles in 2019. Born on September 4, 1944, in Springfield, IL, Cottrell spent part of his early years in Monroe, Louisiana. At the age of 8, he relocated with his family to Little Rock, Arkansas, where he grew up. He attended the University of Arkansas and dedicated over 30 years to the film and PR industries, co-owning various firms, including his most recent venture, Inclusive PR. His work represented films such as Some of My Successes Have Breathed New Life into films that may not have otherwise received the opportunity, ranging from major productions to smaller projects. I have had the immense pleasure of representing many significant film artists. He notably championed filmmaker Philip Noyce's career, serving as a publicist on Noyce's 1989 thriller, Dead Calm, featuring Nicole Kidman, Sam Neill, and Billy Zane. Susie Cottrell Smith remarked, "He did so much for Philip. When Philip first arrived in Hollywood, he didn't know anyone. Mickey played a key role in getting his films the recognition they deserved." Cottrell's acting portfolio included appearances in Gus Van Sant's My Own Private Idaho, Tim Burton's Ed Wood, Paper Hearts, Apt Pupil, and The Fluffer, as well as John Cameron Mitchell's Short Bus, and roles in 2 Star Trek series, The Next Generation and Voyager. His sister shared that he contributed some of his own dialogue in My Own Private Idaho. portraying a client of street hustler Mikey Waters, River Phoenix. Cottrell also produced indie films, with his most recent project being Perfect Cowboy in 2014. While at MPTF, he was an active member of the Grey Quill Society, a writing club. During the Fun's Giving Day in 2020, Matthew McConaughey read a passage from Cottrell's short story, The Fireman's Equipment. His sister added, he had an encyclopedic knowledge of every film ever made and every supporting actor in them. It was truly remarkable. I could ask him anything about a movie, and he always had the answer. John McAvoy, a colleague at Inclusive PR from 2014 to 2019, expressed, I don't want to reduce his life to just his work as a publicist. It was his journey as a person and artist that informed his approach to PR. He was an artist first and taught me that, at its core, publicity should be driven by genuine enthusiasm and joy, serving as an integral part of the broader creative process rather than just a sales tool. Rest in peace, Wizard. Cottrell is survived by his sisters Susie and Gigi and was predeceased by his older brother Rod. In lieu of flowers, the family requests that donations be made to the Motion Picture and Television Fund. Harry Johnson passes away, prolific actor from Battlestar Galactica and Law & Order. Was 81 for roles in the original Battlestar Galactica, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and numerous Dick Wolf series, passed away on January 2nd in Los Angeles after a prolonged illness. He was 81 years old. His wife, Christiane, confirmed his death to Deadline. Born on December 27, 1942, in Plainfield, New Jersey, he was often credited as Chip Johnson during the 1970s and 80s, and was among the last contract players at Universal Studios. Johnson began his screen career with the multi-part pilot of Battlestar Galactica in 1978, and went on to guest star in a wide array of television series, including Quincy M.E., The Incredible Hulk, Simon and Simon, The Greatest American Hero, Highway to Heaven, The A-Team, L.A. Law, Dynasty, Who's the Boss, 30-something, Melrose Place, Party of Five, Roswell, Resurrection Belvedere, Judging Amy, Days of Our Lives, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was also a prolific ADR voice actor, contributing to various Need for Speed video games. Johnson's most notable work involved leading voiceover and looping groups on multiple Dick Wolf productions for over 20 years, including all the Law & Order and Chicago series. He also appeared in feature films like Real Genius, Warlock, and The Spitfire Grill, as well as in several TV movies, notably starring alongside Batman actor Adam West in the 1981 sci-fi telefilm Time Warp. Johnson is perhaps best remembered for his role as Harry in a series of Harry and Louise TV and radio advertisements in 1993 to 94, which targeted President Bill Clinton's healthcare plan. Funded by the Health Insurance Association of America with a budget of $15 million to $20 million, the ads became remarkably successful, with the famous tagline, "If you let the government choose, we lose," prompting the Democratic National Committee to produce response ads. He and Louise Claire Clark reprised their characters for commercials during election years in 2000 and 2004. The duo returned again for an ad that premiered during the 2008 Democratic National Convention and reappeared in support of President Barack Obama's new healthcare plan. The ads were even parodied during the 2006 Oscars broadcast, featuring a voiceover by then Colbert Report host Stephen Colbert. Later in life, Johnson wrote books under the pseudonym Harry Castle. His debut novel, Fugitive Romance, the fictional memoir of a Hollywood screenwriter, was published in 2013, followed by a short story collection titled Miracles and Misfits. His essays, short stories, and poetry have been featured in various literary journals and periodicals,